You're welcome to Celebration Television News Desk. I'm Nicholas Akosile Walter. Here are the news making the headlines. ENQUIRY protesters want to join police, says IGP. Mali's newly reopened schools struggle to keep students COVID-19 free. Putin hits on pro-Navalny protests. Federal government to engage 30,000 graduates as extension workers. Lampard disappointed with Chelsea exit. Please stay with us as we'll bring you details of the news after the short break. You're welcome back and thanks for joining us once more. Now the news in full. ENQUIRY protesters want to join police, says IGP. The Inspector General of Police, Adamu Mohammed, has said that the youths who participate in the ENQUIRY protest wants to join the Nigerian police first. The ENQUIRY protest, which occurred in October 2020, saw youths take to the streets across the country to demand an end to police brutality and bad governance. Mohammed said the same youths have shown interest in joining the force. He said the youths who participated in the ENQUIRY and the rest of them, many of them want to join the police. The IGP, however, pointed out that officers in the force don't have the required logistics needed to operate. He said if they are given the same logistics as their foreign counterparts, they will perform better. Talking to hospitals requesting for police reports before they attend to victims of gunshot wounds, Mohammed advised them to save lives first before any other threat. Moving forward quickly, Refinery and PDP Middle Belt Forum kick as federal government insists insecurity worse in 2015. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, has said despite the security challenges being witnessed in parts of the country, security situations under the current regime is better than situation 2015 when the regime came unbarred. Mohammed made the claim at a press conference in Abuja, and this as the People's Democratic Party Yoruba Social Cultural Group, Refinery, the Middle Belt Forum and security experts dismissed the minister's claim, saying the country has never experienced the level of insecurity across the country. Speaking further, the minister said Nigeria today is facing security challenges, but it is by far better than what they met. He also claimed that the nation's security agencies were winning the war against insecurity. Mohammed added that the 684,856 barrels of stolen crude oil and 1.724 million liters of stolen automotive gas oil and 500,000 liters of dual-purpose kerosene have been recovered this year. While saying the successes recorded by security agencies did not come cheap, Mohammed regretted that some of the troops paid the supreme price in the course of the operations. Quickly, in another development, Heather's registration begins. NGF Mieti Allah back Akeredolu's order. The Ondo State government said it has started registering herdsmen in the state with the aim of ejecting unregistered herders from the state's forest reserves. The Special Advisor of State Governor and Security, Alhaji Jimo Dojumo, disclosed this in Akure, where the Mieti Allah Cattle Borders Association of Nigeria and the Nigerian Governors Forum met. It was gathered that herders had started leaving the Ondo State's forest reserves in difference to the state government's order, which was backed by Governors Forum and the Mieti Allah at their meeting. The NGF and the cattle breeders meeting was on a 7-day ultimatum, which the state governor Rotimi Akeredolu's son issued herdsmen to vacate the state's forest reserves. Some of the members of the NGF that attended the meeting included Akeredolu of Ondo State, Osun State Governor Boyega Oyetola, and Ekiti State Governor Dr. Kayode Fahimi Mohammed, Badaru, Jigawa State, Sheyi Makinde, Oyo, and Governor Atiku Bagudu of Kebbi State. In the communique issued at the end of a meeting, the 4-point directive of the Akeredolu was adopted by all the stakeholders, and the communique was read by the chairman of the NGF. And quickly, we'll go straight to news coming from around Africa. Mali's newly reopened schools struggle to keep students COVID-19 free. Students are back to school in Mali after the government officially authorized the reopening and the resumption of classes, which saw several delays due to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, not everyone sees the move in a positive light, as although the government has provided masks for the students, some teachers deplored lack of disinfectant products and soap for hand washing. Many others doubted the ability to uphold social distancing guidelines in crowded classrooms. Mali has officially registered some 8,000 cases of COVID-19 and more than 320 deaths. Many parents and school staffs are actually concerned about these figures rising. Hamidou Kolibali, treasurer of the school management committee of the Lassa Basic School, appears a bit frustrated with the situation. Malian authorities also announced the resumption of cultural, artistic, and tourist activities from today, as well as the reopening of cultural infrastructure and places of recreation. Please stay with us as we'll bring you details of updates from the United States of America after this very short break. Please don't go anywhere. Thank you.
Hunchback. Papa, the mother scream. Hold with hunchback. Drop the child. Papa, look at the child. She's running. She's running.
Another gathering for a peculiar generation, guaranteed for an indelible symbol.
I saw Bernard.
Bernard is my son.
On his back, I saw Russia.
He's in Russia now.
Generational Impact Gambia 2021 with Apostle Johnson Suleiman.
You're watching us in Gambia. Believe God with us that miracles will happen. Healings will take place. There'll be restoration of all that the enemy has stolen as we come to Gambia.
25th and 26th January 2021, 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. GMT+1. Happening at Independence Stadium, Bella Arena, Bakau, the Gambia. For inquiries, please call Generational Impact Gambia 2021. It's your time.
You are welcome back, and now updates from the United States of America. Trump impeachment article sent to Senate. The U.S. House of Representatives presented a single article of impeachment to the Senate accusing Donald Trump of inciting the storming of the Capitol, setting in motion the first ever impeachment trial of a former president. In a solemn procession, the 9 House impeachment managers silently walked the article through the same ornate halls of Congress overrun by Trump supporters on January 6 and delivered it to the Senate. Representative Jeremy Roxanne, the lead impeachment management, then read out the charge against Trump on the Senate floor, where the former president continues to enjoy significant support from Republican senators. The Senate trial of a 74-year-old Trump, who was impeached by Democratic Majority House on January 13 for an unprecedented second term, is to begin the week of February 8. Democratic Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said the 100 members of the Senate who will act as jurors will be sworn in on Tuesday, and his summon issues to Trump. Democrats and Republicans agreed to delay the start of a trial for 2 weeks to allow Trump to prepare his defense against the charge of incitement of insurrection, and for the Senate to confirm President Joe Biden's cabinet appointees. U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts presided over Trump's previous Senate trial, which ended with his acquittal, but presiding this time will be the Senate President pro tempore. More updates from Russia. Updates from Russia today will be done by our foreign news correspondent, which is Belis Quetta. Please stay connected.
Thank you very much, Nicholas Akosile. This is more updates today from Russia. And Russia, we see Putin hits on pro-Navalny protests. President Vladimir Putin has described mass protests held demanding the release of Alexei Navalny as illegal and dangerous, as he faces mounting pressure from the West and thousands of Russians over the leader. Thank you very much, Nicholas.
The federal government to engage 30,000 graduates as extension workers. The federal government is to engage 30,000 graduates to serve as agriculture extension workers who will provide strategic support to farmers across the country. It also announced that it had empowered 20 young Nigerian farmers with an initial takeoff grant of 30 million naira, adding that the fund was provided through the Bank of Agriculture. Executive Secretary, National Agricultural Land Development Authority, Paul Ikone, said in Abuja that the graduates will be trained in agriculture extension services, including the collection of soil samples and how to conduct soil tests. He said the approval to engage the graduates was given by President Muhammadu Buhari, adding that the extension workers will be deployed across the country. The NADA helmsman said his agency would subsidize the amount to be paid by farmers for service to be rendered by the extension workers, as only 500 naira will be required for any soil sample collected for testing. And still on business news, Refinery shut for 15 straight months, lose 152.08 billion naira. The nation's refineries lost a total of 152.08 billion naira in 15 consecutive months of being idle. The latest data from the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation have shown. Analysis of data collected from NNPC monthly reports revealed that all the refineries did not refine crude oil from July 2019 to September 2020. The refineries, which are located in Port Harcourt, Kaduna, and Warri, have a combined installed capacity of 445,000 barrels per day, but have continued to operate far below the installed capacity. The country relies largely on importation of refined petroleum products, as its refineries have remained in a state of disrepair for many years despite several reported repairs. The Kaduna Refinery incurred an operating deficit of 57.99 billion naira from July 2019 to September 2020, according to the NNPC data. Port Harcourt Refinery lost 48.99 billion naira in the period under review, while the Warri Refinery lost 45.10 billion naira. The Group Managing Director NNPC, Malam Mele Kyari, has reiterated his plan to revamp the refineries and end fuel importation by 2023. Bloomberg reported on January 15 that a year after shutting down all these dilapidated refineries to figure out how to fix them, Nigeria still could not say how much it would cost to do the work or where the money would come from. We're going on a short break right now. When we come back, we'll bring you news from the sporting world. Don't go anywhere.
Enter his presence and be overwhelmed. A command that triggers expectation.
She was pregnant for 8 years. She ran with a word, a prophetic declaration, as Mama declared, and today the baby is here. This is one of the many things the Lord can do. Look at the baby that was held in the womb for 8 years, connecting to this grace. She's standing here with her evidence,
bringing souls to the kingdom. Get ready for generational impact with Dr. Lizzie Johnson Suleiman.
Power of God! Power of God! Latakata rapata!
At Ibienafe Secondary School Field, South Ibie, Edo State, Nigeria. Date 28 January 2021 at 4 p.m. GMT +1. For inquiries, please call +234 806 464 6180. You are next in line.
Welcome back. And on sports, we have Lampard disappointed with Chelsea exit. Frank Lampard expresses disappointment at not being given time to succeed after being sacked by Chelsea, with former Paris Saint-Germain boss Thomas Tuchel set to take over at Stamford Bridge. Lampard led Chelsea to a fourth-place Premier League finish and the FA Cup final in his first season in charge. However, he failed to match much greater expectations this season after the club spent a reported £220 million on new players in the summer transfer window. A run of 5 defeats in their last 8 Premier League matches has seen Chelsea slip to 9th 11 points behind leaders Manchester United. Sunday's 3-1 FA Cup fourth-round win against Championship side Luton was not enough to save the former England midfielder. The club said it had been a very difficult decision to part ways with their all-time record goal scorer who won 3 league titles and the Champions League during his 13-year career as a player at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea are aiming to have Tuchel, who was actually abruptly fired by French champions PSG in December, on the bench in time for the visit of Wolves on Wednesday. In another sports news, quickly, Tottenham scored late goals to beat Wycombe. Tottenham left it late to see off championship struggles with Wycombe 4-1 with 3 goals in the final 4 minutes to reach the FA Cup 5th round. Jose Mourinho took the dance to leave Harry Kane, Son Heung-min and to Guy Ndebele on the bench, with Spurs facing a brutal schedule across 4 competitions in the coming months. But all 3 were needed in the second half to get past the Wycombe side that have won just 3 times in 23 games in the second-tier championship this season. Gareth Bale was given a rare start in his second spell as Spurs by Mourinho, but the on-loan Real Madrid winger missed 3 big chances earlier on to give the visitors the lead. Instead, Tottenham were forced to come from behind when Fred Oyendima swept home at the far post on 25 minutes. Jafet Tanganga and Moussa Sissoko struck the crossbar as chances continued to come and go for Mourinho's men until Bale made amends for his early misses by equalizing in first half stoppage time. Tottenham hosts Liverpool in the Premier League on Thursday, but Mourinho had nothing in reserve as he tries to end the club's 13-year wait for the trophy by sending on Kane, Son and Ndebele after the break. An extra 30 minutes were the last thing Spurs needed, and they finally made the breakthrough when Harry Winks called home from the edge of the area after Kane had been denied by Ryan Alsop. Spurs will face Everton away in the last 16 next month. And that has brought us to the end of the news on Celebration Television News Desk. In case you actually missed out on a news article, here's the news headlines recap. ENQUIRY protesters wants to join police, says IJP. Mali's newly reopened schools struggle to keep students COVID-19 free. And Putin hits on pro-Navalny protests. Federal government to engage 30,000 graduates as extension workers. And Lampard disappointed with Chelsea exit. And quickly we'll have photo of the day. You see somebody standing on a hill named Success, and there are some persons who are actually down there pointing at somebody who is up there. You that's watching right now, what do you think of this photo? Please, you can drop your comment on our social media platform. On Facebook we have Celebration TV, Instagram My Celebration TV, you can tweet at us at My Celebration TV, YouTube Celebration TV. Always remember that your positive contribution to the wellness of a society you find yourself or the organization you work defines your leadership mind. As an individual who knows what to do and do without expecting to be pushed has bagged his ways to success. Be it known today that everything we do, think, feel and believe either has a positive or negative effect on humanity and our national well-being. Be a part of nation building today. Thank you for staying with us on our news desk. I remain Nicholas Akosile Walter. Bye for now. To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2019.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offense.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State governor if he